Good morning, everybody. I hope you all are doing well. So, please keep revising the topics which we are discussing through these video session. Now, and don't forget to keep your assignment for future record. And please like, subscribe, and if any query, comment in comment box. In the previous video, we have basically discussed about the separation of mixtures, in which we have taken the second category, that is mixture of solids and liquids. We have discussed the two methods, that is centrifugation. This method is used when the solid particles are suspended in a liquid. For example, we have discussed the separation of cream from the milk, which is used for further production. And we have also discussed the separation of color components, that is dye, from the ink. Now, the next method we have discussed, that is evaporation, and this technique is utilized when the solid substance are completely dissolved in the liquid. Here, the dissolved substance is left as a solid residue when all the water has evaporated. Now, in evaporation technique, we have to heat the solution to dryness. So evaporation gives us solid in the form of powder. In fact, if any impurity were present in the dissolved substance, the same will be recovered by the process of evaporation. But it is not so in the case of crystallization. Yes, the next technique of separation of solids, that is completely dissolved in the liquid. So, crystallization gives us proper crystals and impurities are also get removed in this process. So, in this way, we can say that crystallization method is a method of purifying solid substances in which crystals of pure substances are formed. The process of crystallization also begins with the evaporation, but it is not continued till the dryness. In fact, when the solution becomes sufficient, saturated, heating is stopped and hot concentrated solution is then allowed to cool slowly. And after some time, the crystals of pure solid substances appear in the solution, which will be separated by using filtration techniques. Let us start with this crystallization process by taking some of the examples from our day-to-day life. Mainly, the process of cooling a hot concentrated solution to obtain pure crystal is called crystallization. As you can see from the slide, the steps of crystallization is given. Let us discuss the steps of crystallization, and afterwards we will be discussing the process of crystallization by taking the example of sugar as well as copper sulfate. The first step of crystallization is to dissolve the impure substance in the minimum amount of water. The solution is filtered to remove insoluble impurities. The clear solution is now heated gently on the water bath till the concentrated solution, or you can say that saturated solution, is obtained. You can check it. Suppose if we don't get the idea if the solution is saturated or not. So we take a glass rod and we dip that glass rod in the solution from time to time. And if small crystals appear on that glass rod, it means the solution is saturated. Then we can stop heating the solution. Now, we should allow the saturated solution to cool slowly. And you can see the crystals of pure solids will be formed, as you can see from the slide, and impurities remains in the solution. Now let us understand the crystallization of sugar with the help of upcoming video.
Crystallization, the process of separating a pure substance in the form of crystals from its hot saturated solution by cooling is called crystallization. You might have observed your mother at home preparing sugar syrup for making sweets. Allow the sugar syrup to cool. Fine particles of sugar separate from the syrup. These fine particles are called crystals, which have some definite geometric shape and are formed by natural processes.
Even impure copper sulfate can also be purified by the method of crystallization to obtain pure copper sulfate crystals. This can also be done with the help of the activity. As you can see from the next slide, how the copper sulfate crystals are formed. Yes, these are the pure crystals of copper sulfate which will be formed after the crystallization of impure copper sulfate solution. Let us understand it better with the help of upcoming video.
To prepare crystals of copper sulfate from an impure sample of copper sulfate solution. The process of formation of solid crystals from a homogeneous solution is called crystallization. It is a physical change. For example, the salt we get from seawater can have many impurities in it. To remove these impurities and obtain pure salt, the process of crystallization is used.
Madam, explain the process of extracting crystals of copper sulfate from an impure sample of copper sulfate solution using method of crystallization.
Let's perform an experiment to prepare crystals of copper sulfate from an impure sample of copper sulfate solution. The materials required are china dish, glass rod, an impure copper sulfate sample, powdered form, concentrated sulfuric acid, Bunsen burner, 250 milliliter beaker, wire gauge, tripod stand, wash bottle and distilled water. Procedure: take a clean beaker, 250 milliliter, and put the powdered impure sample of copper sulfate in it. Add distilled water and stir the contents gently with the help of a glass rod. In order to make the solution more clear, add 2 or 3 drops of concentrated sulfuric acid in it. Stir it continuously and add more impure copper sulfate until no more of it dissolves. Filter the solution and collect the filtrate in a china dish. Place the china dish over wire case kept over a tripod stand and heat it gently. As the solution gets heated, stir it with a glass rod. This helps in uniform evaporation and prevents the formation of a solid crust. Wash the crystals with a thin stream of cold water with the help of a wash bottle. Dry the crystals by pressing them gently between sheets of filter paper. Observation: blue colored crystals of copper sulfate are formed. Result: the crystals of pure copper sulfate can be obtained from an impure solution. Do's: rinse, clean and dry the beaker before conducting the experiment. Wash the crystals very carefully. Don'ts: the solution should not be cooled rapidly. The solution should not be heated on dryness.
Thank you, madam. This experiment has made the concept very easy to understand.
I hope you have understood both the activities. The process of crystallization is mainly used to purify large number of water soluble solids. For example, sugar we have discussed, copper sulfate we have discussed. One more example we are having, that is common salt, which is obtained from the seawater. It is also an impure substance having number of impurities dissolved in it. So by the process of crystallization, common salt can be easily purified. In fact, some impure samples of alum can also be purified by using the technique of crystallization. crystallization is always better than evaporation. During evaporation, the solution is heated up to dryness. But here we are having some of the example like sugar. When we keep on heating the sugar, it get decomposed, or you can say that it get charred. The charred means the substance get blackened and becomes thickened and stick to the surface of china dish and gives foul burning smell. The second reason why the crystallization is better than evaporation is the soluble impurities do not get removed in the process of evaporation, but in the process of crystallization these impurities get completely removed. I hope you have understood all the techniques better. The next we are having separation of mixtures of two liquids. The first we are having immiscible liquids. Immiscible liquids are mainly those kind of liquids which do not mix with each other and forms a separate layer. For example, the mixture of oil and water. Oil can be your kerosene oil, groundnut oil, your mustard oil. Second example, petrol and water. They do not mix with each other and forms a separate layer, hence immiscible liquids. The next we are having miscible liquids. These liquids, they mix together in all the proportions and forms only a single layer. For example, alcohol and water. Water and acetone, these are some of the example. Let us start with the separation technique of immiscible liquids. For example, oil and water. There is a special apparatus used in the laboratories which are known as separating funnel. It's a kind of container which has a tap at the bottom which allow the water to drain out, and it is also having cork at the top of it. Let us understand how we can separate the mixture of oil and water with the help of this separating funnel through upcoming video.
Separation of immiscible liquid mixtures. Objective: to learn the method of separating the components of immiscible liquid mixtures using a separate funnel. Mixtures of liquids can differ based on how easily they blend together. When liquids do not mix together and form a homogeneous mixture, we say they are immiscible. A mixture of immiscible liquids can be separated using special laboratory equipment called a separating funnel. The separating funnel is a cone-shaped glass container with a globe-like top. It has a stopper at the top and a tap at the bottom. Using a separating funnel, let's separate a mixture of oil and water, two liquids which cannot be uniformly mixed. We'll begin by pouring the mixture into the separating funnel. Next, we'll close the stopper. Shake the funnel gently and set it aside for several minutes. You'll see the two liquids beginning to pull apart. Water, because of its higher density, will travel down into the conical part of the funnel. Oil, which is less dense, will float on the surface of water. Now, we'll place a beaker underneath the separating funnel and remove the stopper. We can open the tap and let the water collect in the beaker, closing it once all the water drains out. The remaining oil can be collected by placing another beaker beneath the funnel. Now the two immiscible liquids have been completely separated. Summary: immiscible liquids are those which cannot be uniformly mixed together. A separating funnel can be used to separate mixtures of immiscible liquids.
I hope you have understood today's topics, that is crystallization and the separation of two immiscible liquids using separating funnel. Here we are having again 4 questions to do. You have to do these questions in the assignment, and please keep these assignments for your future record. Thank you and have a very nice day ahead.